Hi, Wayne Sherry here. Welcome to the latest review. This time we're going inside of Xtreme Traffic Arbitrage. Arbitrage means that you take something for nothing and make money from it for free, essentially. That's my short version of the definition. And here's what it claims to do. Exploit a flaw where you get $1 million from ClickBank in 90 days. And taps a $1.3 trillion market. Okay? We'll also take a look at whether it does anything this sales page says. But so we'll go ahead inside right now and start taking a look at just what is Xtreme Traffic Arbitrage. Stick through to the end because you'll find out whether this is what this really does and whether you can actually exploit it yourself for any sort of profit. Okay, let's go ahead inside. Now I'm going to take you inside of another product that I just bought momentarily or moments ago. I didn't think to go ahead and video the sales flow process for you, but nonetheless, I didn't. I wasn't going to get this, but once again, it kind of really irritated me because I went through this sales page. I go through sales pages now pretty much as a critic, not as a customer. But since my emphasis is on traffic, I just had to see what these people are trying to tell you. This sales page is another one of those classic blind copy sales pages that literally tells you. I mean, I had no idea what I was buying when I finished reading this. I'm buying a piece of software that theoretically gets me tons of traffic and emphasizing some flaw that he personally discovered that nobody else could possibly know about. So I'm going to find out just what that flaw is for you. So I purchased it and I've already logged in. This is my login. I mean, literally, I bought this moments ago, so I've barely read this, and it says in the members area to click on the start here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to read through this, and I'm going to come back and get to the point of loading the software and all that sort of stuff and share that with you. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here for a moment and try to read through all this stuff. So I'm about halfway through the first introductory video, which is almost 6 minutes long, and it appears what they're trying to tell me is this is all about creating websites based on gaining local traffic and then also reselling those websites. So it's not totally a traffic thing, although local traffic is easy to get and it's not really based on any flaw that I know of. They use the word arbitrage, which they clearly tell you arbitrage is the making of a gain without committing any money and without taking a risk of losing money. That's an interesting idea, although they immediately tell you you have to spend money on domains in order to do this. So you do have to spend money, and I'm not complaining about that. I just find it funny that you would make that claim and then tell people to spend money. It doesn't bother me to buy a domain name to do something. I think that's just part of being in the business. Okay, so I'm going to continue on and finish up this video. Okay, so I finished the intro video now, and it appears that it was pretty close to correct. It's about finding local offline business domains and then building the website and reselling them. And the software, according to this video, will find those domain names for you and make it easy for you to purchase them. So far it doesn't seem to actually be about traffic. It's about buying quality domain names that will rank high and get traffic fairly easily, but it's really about building the websites and reselling them. All right, let's continue on. So the next step in this was to download the software, so that's what I'm going to do right now, just so you can see that I'm really doing that. Let's find where I normally save these things, and I'll go ahead and save it there. It's not. I'm just going to say this. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep this yet or not because I haven't seen what the software does. Where's my downloads? I'll just put it right here. Save it. Let it do that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the install and see what happens. Alright, back in action again. I've downloaded, unzipped, and reviewed the part about how to install it to make sure there were no quirks, so that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm on a Windows Vista machine, so I'm going to right click and click install. Sometimes it says install as admin, which is what you want to select. In this case it didn't do that, so we'll just click install and see how smoothly it actually goes. They made it look like there could be absolutely no problems here. You do need Adobe Air to make this run, so you may have to, are you sure you want to install this application? Yes. You may have to download that. Add shortcut, okay. Download the Adobe Air in order to make it work, but you're likely you already have that if you've been running any internet marketing related programs in the past. Alright, continue. And this shouldn't take too long, so I'm going to leave this running so you can see what's happening so far. It doesn't appear to have any glitches to it. It's just doing a smooth installation. It's only taking a few seconds. So let's see what it does. It seems to have stopped for a moment, but I'm sure, like most applications, it's just unraveling something and it'll continue. There it goes. It's working its way to the end, and it ought to be done here any moment now. And then we'll be able to see exactly what we get. Now, I bought the basic version, not the elite version, but according to the video that I just watched, there's only minor differences between the elite and the basic. The elite has more keywords and some more keywords loaded, and I think a few more niches loaded or something like that. So I don't need that in order to show you how it works, or if it works, or what it is. Alright, it's almost complete here. So far, you know, we noted that the sales page didn't tell you what you were getting. I had no idea after going through the sales page what I was getting. I found what I was getting was not a traffic generation software, but a web page generation software. The intention here is to create locally focused web pages that this will automatically find the domains for you, and then you create the websites and then you resell them. So that's the whole system. Now that's not a bad system. That can be an actual money generating system. The problem I have so far is that they just pretty much did total blind copy once again. Didn't tell you what you were getting. The only way you know is by buying it, and then they suggest to you that everything is free, and of course everything is not free. If you don't have hosting, of course you have to get hosting. If you do have to buy domain names, and that costs money. Now the total to do this once, that would be $15. Okay, so that's to start a income stream. That's nothing. Why they didn't just tell you, I don't know. In reality, a lot of people are likely to return this because you know how the freebie seekers are. They come in there and they think they're getting everything for free. I'm going to do everything for free, and then they have to buy something, so they'll just be pissed off and do a return. That to me seems kind of silly. Just tell people they do have to buy a domain name or something. So there's not a surprise. I mean, well, the whole thing's a surprise so far. So we're waiting for this to finish up, and we'll see. So far, it hasn't caused any major glitches. It's taking its time putting the final thing up on the screen here. Here it goes. Allow. That's my security software. So it's obviously accessing the internet as it loads itself, and And there it is. And that's exactly what it looks like in the video. So let me go to, I'm going to stop and pause here and go back to the video, and then I'll show you, then we'll see what we can actually do. Okay, I finished reviewing the one video that came with it. They claim they're going to have some advanced training with this, but it isn't here yet. So the bottom line is, all the software will do is find domain names. So let's, for local businesses. So you're supposed to type in your city. I'm in Washington, D.C., so I'll use that. Nobody searches using Washington, D.C., they just search with D.C. So we're going to put that in, and let's select some sort of offline business that, let's see, what would I want to do? Now here's one. That's a very lucrative market. And let's do, you can do .net and .com, and let's just do .net. And go ahead, and you can add other words to the domain name here by comma separating them. Hotel, bargain, let's say maybe you want to add bargains or something like that, who knows. But let's just do it just like it is, DC Hotels, and see what happens here. All right, I'm not going to pause it. You're going to see exactly how long this is going to take, because I don't know. DC.com, DCHotels.com. So it didn't do much. And well, let's add the word DC Hotels bargains. Let's try that. See what happens. See, that one's available. See, now over here, I guess in the advanced version, yeah. You get it has Google AdWords built into it, but you don't need that because you can log into that yourself. But right here, it appears what they've done is they've added their affiliate access to GoDaddy so that you'll buy their domain names through them. So this is very smart from a marketing perspective. There's a lot of extra money to be made by you going here and simply going to GoDaddy through their affiliate link, and they're getting paid every time you buy a domain through here. I don't buy my domains through GoDaddy. I don't trust GoDaddy one little bit. Their hosting is terrible, and I've heard stories about trying to transfer domain names out of GoDaddy that are nightmares, and I can get them for the same price at other places. So I don't even use that. So, but it did quickly find that dcbargains.com is available. Okay. To tell you the truth, I can do this in Market Samurai just as easy. So I'm not sure where the real advantage is, other than it gives me a list of things I can choose from. Let's see, if I wanted to do the whole list, press Control for multiple lists. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Let's just select the whole list, remove that, and see what is actually available for DC, or the list that's just the raw word. And of course, I'm not going to pause this, where you're going to get to watch this live and see how it works. And the good thing is it did quickly find, look at aerial services is available, bathroom.com is available, so plumbers would love that, blinds, central heating, courier services, what is that, state agents, DC electricians, DC training. All right, so there's lots of good ones that are actually available without any qualifiers being added to the restaurant. I mean, to the restaurant. I read the word restaurant and I say it. To the domain name. But again, if you don't have a tool like Market Samurai, then, and Market Samurai costs more than $39, then this would be a good tool to do that. So, but this is all that this tool does at the basic level here. And right now, I've purchased it just moments ago, and it just says advanced training is coming, so it doesn't even explain to you how to implement their system of selling at all. It's just the software at the moment. Is it worth 37 bucks? Sure, it's worth 37 bucks because it surely simplifies this process of finding domain names in local domain names, and the local domain market is hot, and it is a great way for you to profit. So I'm not slamming the software at all. It seems to be good, smooth operating software, which you can use to put a system together, and you can then go ahead and make lots of money doing that, and you won't do it for free, so that's not true. You will have to do some effort marketing these things once you have them made, because you have to find your customers, and that's fine. I can think of plenty of easy ways to do that. Extreme Traffic Arbitrage, is it what it says? Well, I don't think so. It's a 1.3 trillion. Okay, the 1.3 trillion dollar market is domains and local markets, and flaw for, I mean, this doesn't have anything to do with ClickBank Cash that I can tell. I mean, you could certainly sell ClickBank products this way. So to local markets, you could attract local, you buy this and keep these domains, although that's not, when you go in there and do the videos, it's suggesting you sell the domains. So that's kind of counter to what the headline says. Nothing in here tells you that I could find. I mean, I don't read every word for word, but I can't find anything that tells you that that's what's happening. So I'm going to go ahead, probably try to set up a couple websites with ClickBank products using local domains related to some of these things, and see what happens. But that's it for this. I think you could do the same thing. You could come up with your own ideas how to use this. So if you want to work with the local search markets, which is a very good way to do things, then this is a good software to do that. If you already own something like Market Samurai, you could do the same thing with Market Samurai. So you don't need this software to do that. All right, that's it. Thanks a lot.